Hello and welcome to the We Should Move Here Travels podcast. My name is Brittany
I'm Josh.
and we are your hosts. Today, we are going to be talking about the places where we loved staying.
Mhm.
So, all of the accommodations that we've had that we would truly recommend over and over again.
Yeah, just kind of a continuation from our last episode. At the end of it, we were thinking, man, we could have included hotels and so many other things. So
Yeah.
we just thought we'd continue on and give you these stays.
Yeah. So, starting off with our very first trip that we ever took together,
Mhm.
we did a road trip to Colorado.
That's crazy to think that was almost 6 years ago now.
That's so crazy.
And we hadn't even traveled out of the country together yet.
I know. But we loved it here. Colorado is truly just so beautiful. We had so much fun there. And we had discussed not going to Aspen and not doing that long drive from Colorado Springs, but we ended up doing it because you were very passionate about wanting to go. And I am so glad you pushed for it because Aspen was one of my favorite places on that trip. It was so stunning. And this hotel, there's a memory I have of being in the pool here and the snow is coming down because it's a heated pool outside and a mountain view right next to you. It's so stunning.
I remember the drive from Colorado Springs to Aspen was such a gorgeous drive
Yeah.
through the mountains. A little scary at times, but a beautiful drive. And then, like you said, just a really cool pool, which I really think is what made Shadow Mountain Lodge, where we stayed, a good place. The rooms were okay from what I remember.
Yeah. I don't think the rooms were like spectacular.
Yeah, they weren't super upscale rooms or the most updated, but the pool was awesome.
The pool. Oh my gosh. This was one of the best pools ever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Having the mountain right next to us as well was something I had never experienced. I hadn't really traveled a whole lot before I met you. So it was so new to me. And it was just so much fun exploring Aspen with you.
Mm-hmm.
So fun.
Definitely a bougie city.
It is such a bougie city. I mean, there are so many high-end stores that you're like, okay, I don't belong here. And then we went for margaritas and they were like $20 a piece.
I was gonna say I'm pretty sure I remember like a $30 margarita.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
It was so crazy, but it was so fun. I'm so glad we did it.
Me too.
Yeah.
The next place that we're mentioning was on our first international trip. And that is when we spent almost a month in Italy after your graduation. And I think this was our third stop on the trip, and it was in Siena, Tuscany. And we stayed at Hotel Borgo Grande Siena.
Wow. This hotel. I am obsessed with this hotel. Obsessed with it. This is the best pool we've ever had. Best pool ever. Seriously, like number one on my list. And the rooms, the only thing I remember not liking is the small bathroom, but
Yeah.
it's Italy. It is so stunning. And the grounds, the property, just everything is so beautiful.
Yeah, very well maintained. Like you said, the pool is something I think about every time we're booking a place for a
know.
pool. I'm like, oh,
Me
if
too.
only it was like this place in Siena, because it was an outdoor, it was a salt pool, it was quiet, it was up on a little hill, and you could see the rest of Siena from there. So
Yeah.
we were a little bit of a walk or a taxi drive from downtown Siena. So most of the time we took a taxi,
Yeah.
which would be, I would say, the only negative about it. But it was so quiet. It was such a great spot.
Yeah. It was worth the taxi rides.
Yeah,
For
for
sure.
sure. For sure. I remember us having breakfast there a few times, and it was great breakfast, fresh fruit.
Yeah. We were there for their Independence Day, and
Mm,
so everything was closed in Siena, and they had a barbecue for their guests, and it was the most amazing, welcoming, delicious barbecue we've ever had. Like, it was
yeah.
so cool to experience that.
Yeah. We were very fortunate. I remember when we were booking it, they gave an option for 20 € for a picnic lunch on the grounds.
Yeah.
And we're like, oh, we'll do that one day, not knowing that there was a holiday while we were staying there. And so then when it came up, we had the whole day in the grounds where we
Yeah.
ate breakfast there, we swam, and then we had picnic lunch on the grounds. We swam some more, and then we had the barbecue out on their patio with some wine. And
Oh my gosh.
Italy table wine is some of the best wine you'll ever have. So
Literally.
this, yeah, this hotel holds a very special place for sure.
Yeah, I think for both of us, it's just a really beautiful place to stay.
Mhm.
And I would highly suggest you booking this place
Mhm.
while you're in Siena.
Yeah.
This might be my favorite, my number one out of all of the places we've ever stayed. This, I think, is my number one.
I don't think it's mine. I
What's,
don't,
oh, you'll have to say yours
yeah,
when we get to it.
mine's definitely on here, but
Okay. Next, we have Quebec City, and we stayed at the Clarendon Hotel. It had really beautiful rooms. It's central in Old Quebec City, so it's very walkable. The whole city is so walkable. We went on a couple food tours and we just had to walk a couple steps
Yeah.
from our hotel.
Mhm. It was really amazing. I'm usually the one that pushes for places, but I remember when we were booking this trip, because we also did Toronto before, but for Quebec City, you were like, "This is the hotel we should stay at. This is the one I wanna stay at." And I was like, "Okay." And it was the perfect one, right near the tours. We've talked about it on the podcast before, very close to the Christmas market.
Yeah.
And being in the winter, it had snowed pretty heavy, so being even closer to everything and having just a really short walk was perfect because there were people trying to drive downtown Old Quebec City, and it was
Mm.
they were slipping and sliding on these old streets, and it was really tight. Wasn't an ideal situation.
No, we had a taxi driver. I remember being terrified
Oh,
because this taxi
yeah.
driver was like sliding all over the place. And I was like, holy shit. And we're just getting in from the airport. Oh my God. I was so scared.
I
I
just
thought we were going to die.
I just remembered that when you brought that up. We were in the back taxi. Some bug-eyed, like, is everything okay? Oh yeah, it's just a little slippery. We made it okay, but yeah,
We did. Yeah. But this hotel,
really nice. I remember good, comfortable room, and then yeah, the location was just perfect.
yeah.
This next one, we I think kind of stumbled into booking it because we weren't sure how to do an onsen in Japan. And
Yeah.
because we have tattoos, didn't want to be disrespectful by going into a public one with tattoos, not covering up right, because that's what you're supposed to do in some of them, even though times have changed and people have now said that they're more accepting. But at the time when we went, we were like, ah, we'll just do a private one. And so I think this is another one that you found.
Yeah.
Mhm. And it's Hotel Wakamazu in Takarazuka, Japan.
Oh my gosh. This one was so cool. This has got to be my number two of all time. Is this your number one?
No.
What? This hotel is so stunning. It's huge. I mean, the room that we got was on the top floor and it was like a one bedroom apartment
Mhm.
plus some.
Yeah.
And then you walk out onto the patio where it looks over the town and you get your own private onsen, which, if you don't know what that is, it's basically a hot spring fed hot tub.
Mhm.
It is so stunning. I mean, we had so much fun sitting out in that onsen. It was a blast. I look back at this and I'm just like, I'm so glad we did this. And it was in the middle of the trip, so we booked this as kind of like a getaway from the trip, a relaxation from this adventurous trip that we took to Japan. And it was just one night because it was pretty pricey, but it was so worth it. Just that one night, like I look back and I'm like, wow, I can't believe we did that.
It was amazing. Another one that you found and pushed for, stunning. I think it was the only room like this. I'm not sure. They might have a couple rooms like this,
Yeah.
but really beautiful. Very similar to that day that we just talked about in Italy. We got there, we spent time in the onsen, we went out, we got lunch. I remember we got a huge bowl of ramen and some
Such great ramen.
dumplings, pot stickers, stuff like that. Came back, more time in the onsen, relaxed, I think took a nap, and then we went out and I think we had some Indian cuisine
Yeah.
and then came back again, spent a little more time in the onsen before bed, and it was so comfortable. I think it was like bamboo rug like floor.
Yeah.
It was such a awesome, beautiful Japanese style room.
It was. It
Mhm.
was so cool.
Yeah. That's your number 2, you're saying?
That's my number 2. Yeah.
Wow. You're getting these in early.
I know. Well,
What's gonna happen when you like so many others?
I see the others, but these two are just unbeatable.
Okay.
They just happen to be in the front. This next one, I think will probably be your number 1. Is it?
It's top 3.
Top 3? Okay. So this was in Inverness, Scotland. We stayed at the Highland Club at St. Benedict's Abbey. This abbey was so beautiful. It was very Harry Potter-esque, and we were obsessed with it. I will say there's a vibe there. If you're a little witchy or can feel some energy, there's some energy there for sure. Not negative energy in any way, but I felt a presence there for real.
Yeah.
But anyways, it was so stunning. It was like we were staying in a castle right on Loch Ness. We were looking out for Nessie. She wasn't there, but we were looking.
We did have a duck follow us around.
We did. We had a duck follow us. That duck wanted to attack
Yeah.
or wanted to be our friends. I don't know. I don't speak duck.
Quack, quack. It was such an amazing place. Another place where the room was a small apartment. It
Yeah.
was. This was a small apartment. It had a full fridge, like meal prep area, oven, microwave, the whole bit, and separate room for a living room with a TV, and then a bedroom and a big bathroom. It was crazy.
Yeah. It was beautiful.
Stone arches in it from the construction of the whole building.
Mhm.
Like you said, just like a Harry Potter dorm room almost. And
Yeah.
oh my gosh, a pretty decent location. The town surrounding it wasn't all that big. We went out for drinks one night. I remember us stumbling back along Loch Ness. But a pretty good home base for us driving all throughout Inverness and seeing central Scotland that way.
Yeah.
And they had the giant chess game in it.
Oh, yeah. You taught me how to play chess here.
And we played chess, and I don't know, one of the game rooms they had inside. They had an indoor pool, which you had to book,
Yep.
which was beautiful. Another game room where we played ping pong.
Mhm.
It was just so cool to walk around the whole place.
It really was.
I think this is a top 3 stay for me just because how cool it was, the vibes of it. Really awesome.
Is the next one your number 1?
No, I definitely think it's a really amazing place, but it's not my top one.
This has got to be my number 3.
This is your number 3?
Yeah.
Okay. So the next one, also in Scotland, I believe it was our stay right after the Highland Club,
Yeah.
was in Portree, Scotland, a tiny home that we booked through Airbnb called the Quarry, which translates to the snuggle or the cuddle or nest.
It really felt that way.
Mm-hmm.
It was a tiny home. There was just a single room with a bed on one side overlooking the Highlands and all of that. There was a bathroom, and then there was also in the single room, there was like a kitchenette.
Mm-hmm.
And you step outside onto the porch or patio, and there's a hot tub overlooking the Scottish Highlands. It's one of the most beautiful things in the world. I come back here sometimes in my mind to like calm myself down
Mm-hmm.
because it's such a beautiful place. And all throughout the Isle of Skye, I think I just come back here in my mind. It's just that kind of place for me. It's one of my favorite places in the entire world.
It definitely is super special. And when we were laying in bed, the doorway that led out to the porch with the hot tub was a like accordion style all glass door. So you could just have the blinds back and be looking out, or open it wide open and just be looking out into nature. It was so beautiful.
It really was.
It wasn't all that far from downtown Portree.
Yeah.
So just like a 15-minute walk, and then you could go down to some restaurants or bars and hang out in downtown.
Yeah. It was so fun.
Yeah. Really great spot. I believe another one you picked.
I'm picking all the good ones.
Yeah.
So this next one, we actually did have a problem here.
Mm-hmm.
It was a bee problem. But the apartment itself was so cool.
Yeah.
And we love staying here. It was the artistic apartment booked through Airbnb in Ghent, Belgium.
This is also one of my ones in the top 3.
Really?
Just
Even with the bees.
Even with the bee problem, the host, she was so kind, and on top of the bee problem, she called the local fire department, because I guess that's what you do in Kent, Belgium, or the fire marshal. Can't remember exactly, but the few days, we were there for a whole week, but the few days where there were bees, we told her every time, and she had it taken care of right away.
Yeah.
And then towards the end, they finally got them all, because apparently there were multiple nests or something.
Yeah.
But it was the perfect location, like 100 feet from a major tram stop. But it was kind of like across a secondary road. So it was still like on a quiet corner. We could walk to some local grocery stores, which we did. Oh, and it was beautiful. It was another big space. It was a whole apartment.
Yeah, it was huge. And being that close to the tram stop makes me remember how easy public transportation was in Ghent, Belgium.
It's a dream.
You step on the tram, you tap your card, and you're good to go.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's the easiest thing in the world.
Yeah.
And everybody uses it. And it was honestly a dream.
And it took you everywhere.
Yeah.
All throughout Ghent. We went just about everywhere.
We did.
And then if we needed to go further, which we did to Brussels, it was, I think, 2 tram stops away to the major train station.
Yeah.
And then 20, 30 minutes, I think, to Brussels.
Yeah, not far at all. And public transportation is just such a different beast than what we have ever seen or what we know here in the States.
Yeah.
Like, it's so easy there.
Mm-hmm.
It makes me so frustrated. Like, why can't we have that here?
It's so easy and inexpensive. And with gas prices right now, I wish we had a bit more so I could use it.
Me too. But anyways, back to this apartment. It was a really beautiful space. I would stay here again.
Absolutely. That's why it's in my top 3, just because of how big and beautiful it was, and then access to transportation.
Yeah. Is the next one your number 1?
No.
Really?
I keep saying top 3. I don't really have a specific order for them. So this one kind of hit off our addiction to bed and breakfasts, I will say.
Our addiction? That's a little excessive.
What would you call it?
I don't know.
We really enjoy bed and breakfast now. We
Yeah.
were a little nervous about to start, which I have no idea why.
Yeah.
But in Ipswich, Massachusetts, we stayed in Kaede Bed and Breakfast.
It was so beautiful.
Lovely.
The owners are so kind. They had a couple different breakfast options, and one of them was a traditional like Japanese style breakfast.
Yeah.
So delicious.
Mm-hmm.
And then I remember they had great pancakes.
Mm-hmm. Amazing pancakes.
And the location was just so great. I mean, it was on top of this hill in the middle of Ipswich, and Ipswich itself is just an incredible town. It's number one in the States for me of where I could see us living
Mm-hmm.
if we moved in the States. But it's just such a great location, so walkable. There's so many different like coffee shops and restaurants around the area where, I mean, you just have to take a couple steps up and down this hill and you're in the middle of Ipswich.
Yeah. And when we went in the fall, it was, again, we mentioned, I think this in the last 2 episodes, we've mentioned Ipswich, but in the fall, it was so like Gilmore Girls-esque. It was so awesome.
It was so beautiful. And it's only 20 minutes to Salem by train,
Mm-hmm.
and I think an hour to Boston by train.
Yeah. Or like 40 minutes, something like that. Not too long.
Yeah.
By a train, by public transportation.
Yeah. Public transportation in the US.
And
They got
only
it right.
20 minutes to the beach.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. That wasn't public transportation. That was
No.
car.
Yeah.
But so stunning. Loved it here. Loved the bed and breakfast. It was such a cool place to stay.
This next one I threw in here, just kind of like a cheeky honorable mention place to stay. But we mentioned it for our New Zealand episodes. Getting a Skycouch on the way to New Zealand, it's a stay. You're on a plane
Yeah.
for 13 hours, paying a bit extra to have a row to yourself that's a little bit wider, that turns into a fold-out bed. I thought was worth it.
Oh, it was worth it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh. I slept. I slept on a plane.
I know. That's a
Aren't you
rarity
so
for you.
proud?
I'm so proud.
No, really. I do not sleep on planes. And with the amount of travel that we do, it's like insane. The lack of sleep by the time we get to a place.
Yeah.
So you have no trouble sleeping anywhere.
I don't. It doesn't mean that it's not uncomfortable. If we're in normal seats, which is economy minus super budget seats,
Yeah.
I wake up and I'm sore. But this, I was fine.
Yeah. It was such a good experience. Definitely got to do it. It was worth the extra, what, $100?
No, I think it was more for the 3 of us. I think it was like $200 a person.
Oh,
Yeah.
worth it.
Yeah.
So once we got to New Zealand, we went to a couple different places, but one of our favorite places that we stayed was in Rotorua, New Zealand, called Aura Accommodation. The pool here, again, I mean, I'm obsessed with pools. So the pool here was an outdoor heated pool that had mineral water coming into it from like the natural hot springs or whatever. Now, Rotorua is a stinky place because of these hot springs and the sulfur and all of that in the area. It just smells a little bit. But if you can get past that, there's so many fun things to do in Rotorua. Like we went zorbing. We did the mud bath. We did zip lining. There was so many things that we did that was so much fun. And then coming back to a place after your day of adventuring, coming back to a place where it was comfortable. People were so nice here.
Mm-hmm.
And you could just sit in the pool and do your handstands. Like it was so great. I loved it here.
Yeah. Like you said, great temperature controlled pool. It was also partially shaded because those UVs are no joke. So that helped as well. Yeah, and the location was great. We walked down to Eat Street, which was just a 5-minute walk, I think.
Yeah, was not far at all.
Mhm.
And there's tons of like restaurants down the street. That's why it's called Eat Street.
Yeah.
And such a cool place. Highly recommend it if you can get over the sulfur smell in Rotorua.
You're going to get that any place you stay in Rotorua, probably, anyways, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Plus, it had AC, which, because of how hot it was, definite bonus.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
for sure. We also in New Zealand stayed at Hotel Rendezvous in Auckland. This hotel had one of the best pools. It's number 2 on my best pool list. It's a rooftop pool. The Auckland Sky Tower is right there. So you can see it all lit up at night. It's open until I think 11, which is I think later than some pools stay open.
Especially on a roof.
Yeah. Oh my God. It was so beautiful. All of the city lights you can see from up there at night. Loved it. The room itself was also pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
We had shared it with my mom and there were like double doors so we could.
Yeah, a huge sliding divider wall.
Yeah. Yeah.
Another thing you could see from the rooftop pool was there's a bridge there in Auckland that lights up at night. So
Yeah.
you could see that from as well. So like you said, with the city lights, the sky tower, and then the bridge, you just see everything going on.
Ugh. It was so beautiful.
So a place that we stayed on our next trip, which was to Ireland in Lara, County Wicklow, was Heather House.
Loved it here. Their staff was so nice to us.
Mm-hmm.
And you walk out of your room and there's mountains immediately right there. The room itself, so nice, so comfortable. I think the bed was a little hard for my liking, but overall, like still very comfortable space.
That's where we differ, because I like a nice firm bed.
I like a soft bed. I'm a softie.
Our favorite trail that we did on this trip,
Mm-hmm.
the Glendalough Loop, was just out the back door. We could basically see it from the back patio, essentially, that was provided by this place. Great size, like you said, clean. And then because it's in Lara, I think there's only 2 other places you can stay. So it's got to be good to still be in business.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right next to it is Wicklow Heather Restaurant, which used to be owned by the same people that own Heather House, but isn't anymore. Still fantastic spot to eat. We ate here every night that we were in Lara, and it was amazing.
Great spot. Great for hiking. If you're going to go to Ireland and want to hike the Wicklow Mountains for a couple days, probably a good spot to be.
Yeah. The next one, I already used up my top 3,
I didn't.
but this has got to be my number 4.
This is in my top 3. This is probably close to number 1.
This is your number 1.
I think so.
So this was in Teelin, County Donegal in Ireland, a place called the Rusty Mackerel. We've talked a lot about it. It is a fantastic place to stay. It is a local pub restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
And they added on to it to have accommodations right on site. So we stayed there and breakfast was amazing. Dinners were amazing. The Guinness was amazing. Rooms were very comfortable. I mean, gosh, what a stay.
If you imagine yourself in a traditional pub in Ireland, this is it, because they had peat fires going in the bar. We got Irish coffees in there. This is where we had our favorite Guinness stew in Ireland was in this. Breakfast was included, and they had great breakfast and a great location. We were able to get to the Sleeve League from here, which was just down the road, and Silver Strand Beach, lots of places. So great place to stay to get all around Donegal, I think.
This is the place to stay if you are going to County Donegal.
Mm-hmm.
This is it. I mean, we haven't been to other places, but this one is, there's no way it can be beat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's why this is the last one of my top 3.
Yeah.
This next place, another place in Ireland, more of an honorable mention because we only got a one-night stay there, but still amazing. In County Leitrim, Ireland, Mohill, was the Lough Rynn Castle.
Mm, this castle, beautiful.
Absolutely stunning. We got to walk the grounds, which we've talked about on our Ireland episode. Very luxurious place. The bar where we had gin and tonics was beautiful.
Yeah.
The restaurant was amazing. The room, oh, with a heated bathroom floor. I'm a sucker for a heated bathroom floor.
Yeah, it was very much a luxury stay.
Mm-hmm.
They really take care of you there. The dinner was insane.
Mm-hmm. Overall, great place. Only stayed there the one night, but awesome.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
One of the most comfortable stays I think we've had.
For sure.
The mattress itself was so comfortable. I think I fell asleep immediately.
Yeah, you and me both slept pretty hard.
Yeah. We needed it.
Yeah.
In the middle of this trip.
Yeah, because we had done so much hiking to this point.
And driving.
And driving. All of it wonderful, but it's a lot. It's a lot in the 2.5-week trip that we had.
Yeah. Towards the end of this trip, we stayed in County Kerry, Ireland, in Dingle at Heaton's Guest House. This was also an amazing stay. The breakfast options here were out of this world. Get the pancakes. Really good pancakes.
Great pancakes, great eggs, great omelets, buffet style options as well for cereal and toast.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. At tea time, they put out chocolate cake most days. That was awesome. It was the perfect walking location to downtown Dingle.
Yeah.
Like a 10 to 15 minute walk. So if you were walking off a little bit of a buzz, you got that walked off. And then going the other way, you only had about a 10-minute walk to Dingle Distillery.
Mm-hmm.
So you could go and do that tour and not have to worry about driving.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And again, very comfortable rooms.
Mm-hmm.
It was such a comfortable place to stay.
Yeah.
It was really nice.
And just great views. There's a lake and mountains right there when we stepped outside.
Yeah.
And I think something that might be underrated and maybe not as important as some people might think in Ireland was good parking.
Oh, yeah.
Because we stayed in some other places where you had to do some street parking, which isn't the worst thing. A little annoying, but this had its own parking lot, so it made it really easy just to pull in, pull out. Never had to worry about getting a spot, anything like that.
Yeah. That is our list, but we are missing a lot of places. We obviously aren't going to go through every single place we've stayed. There have been so many places that we've really loved and really enjoyed. So if you have any questions or if you want recommendations on more places, hit us up, let us know, and we will get back to you. Next episode, we are going to be talking about our Portugal trip. So we're going to be going over what we have planned in Portugal and what we're excited for.
Yeah.
Stay tuned for that. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube at WSMH Travels.
You can listen to our podcasts on Apple, Spotify, and YouTube. YouTube is where we have our video record version, including pictures and videos from our trips. Please continue to leave your comments and send us messages on what you liked from our trips and suggestions for future trips. We really appreciate it.
Thank you so much for listening. Until next time.